Okay, real talk. You know that feeling when you're sitting at your desk, notes perfectly organized, highlighters color-coded, study playlist on, and you're learning absolutely nothing? Yeah, I used to think I was the problem, but turns out I was just studying pretty, not effectively. So today, I'm going to show you the ugliest, messiest study method that saved my grades. And honestly, my sanity too. All right, let's get into it. Quick shift. If you're new here, I'm Name, and this channel is all about studying smarter, not harder, especially when you're tired, burnout, or just done. And before we start, quick challenge. If this video helps you, drop a comment that just says, "Ugly method, gang." Let's see how many of us are brave enough to admit we're done pretending to be perfect students. All right, let's talk about why your current study routine might be sabotaging you without you even knowing it. So here's what I used to do. I'd rewrite my notes, make them beautiful, spend 20 minutes finding the perfect Notion template, use 5 different highlighter colors, because aesthetic studying is productive studying, right? Wrong. I'd spend hours on this stuff, and then the exam came, blank, nothing. I couldn't remember a single thing, and I felt like a failure because I put in the time. I looked productive. My Instagram stories looked fire, but my brain, empty. Here's the truth nobody tells you. Your brain doesn't learn from pretty. It learns from struggle. And that's where the ugly method comes in. This is the study technique that looks messy, feels uncomfortable, and makes you question if you're doing it right. But it works because it forces your brain to do the hard part. Think. So what is this method? It's called active messy recall. And yeah, I made up that name, but stick with me because this changed everything for me. Let me break it down into 3 steps that you can start using tonight. Step 1, the brain dump, aka organized chaos. Here's what you do. After you read a chapter or watch a lecture, close everything. No notes, no textbook, nothing. Grab a blank piece of paper, and I mean blank. Don't even write a title, and just start writing everything you remember. And here's the key. It's gonna be messy. Arrows everywhere, misspelled words, random diagrams that look like a 5-year-old drew them. Good, because when you're forced to pull information from your brain instead of copying it, that's when real learning happens. I'm serious. The uglier your page looks, the harder your brain is working. And if you can't remember something, don't look it up yet. Sit with that discomfort. Try to remember. That struggle, that's literally your brain building stronger connections. This is called retrieval practice, and science backs this up. It's one of the most effective ways to study, but nobody does it because it feels wrong. It feels like failing. You're not failing. You're learning. Now, this next step, this is where most people quit because it's uncomfortable, but it's also the step that separates people who cram from people who actually remember. Step 2, the brutal check. Embrace the red pen. You've done your brain dump. Now it's time to check your work. Open your notes. Open your textbook. And here's the hard part. Go through your messy page and mark everything you got wrong. Circle the gaps. Write "forgot this" in all caps. Use a red pen if you're feeling dramatic. I know, and this feels awful. It's way easier to just highlight your notes again and pretend you're studying. But here's the thing. You need to see what you don't know. Because if you don't face it now, you'll face it on the exam. And trust me, it's better to feel dumb alone in your room than in a silent exam hall with 30 minutes left on the clock. So make a list. Everything you struggled with, those are your weak spots. And here's the beautiful part. You just cut your study time in half. Because now, you're only studying what actually matters. This is efficient. This is smart. This is ugly studying. So now, you dumped your brain. You faced your weak spots. What's next? This is where the magic happens. Step 3, repeat until it's not ugly anymore. Take those weak spots and do the brain dump again. Only on those topics. Close everything. Blank paper. Try again. And you repeat this until your page starts making sense. Until the arrows connect. Until you can explain it without looking. This is called spaced repetition. And it's how your brain is designed to learn. But here's the truth. It's supposed to feel hard. If it feels easy, you're not learning. You're reviewing. And there's a difference. Easy studying feels good now, but disappears by exam day. Hard studying feels frustrating in the moment, but it sticks forever. I'm not going to lie to you. This method isn't fun. You're not going to want to post it on your study Instagram. It's not aesthetic. It's not satisfying, but it works. And when you walk into that exam and actually remember what you studied, when you can answer questions without that panic of, wait, did we even cover this? That feeling worth every ugly page. Look, I get it. We live in a world where everything has to look perfect. Your notes have to be Pinterest worthy. Your desk setup has to be TikTok ready. Your study routine has to look like you have your life together. But behind all those perfect study videos, people are struggling, just like you. They're forgetting things. They're cramming. They're They're faking it. So maybe it's time we stop trying to look like good students and actually become good students. And that starts with getting comfortable with the mess, with the struggle, with the ugly. Before we wrap up, here are some quick tips to make this easier. 1. Start small. Pick one topic. Do a 10-minute brain dump. That's it. 2. Do this right after you learn something new. Don't wait until the night before the exam. Your future self will thank you. 3. Keep all your ugly pages. I'm serious. When you look back and see how much you've improved, it's actually really motivating. All right, here's what I want you to do tonight or whenever you study next. Try this method just once. Pick one topic, close your notes, grab a blank paper, and let it be ugly. I promise you. It's going to feel weird. You're going to want to quit. You're going to want to go back to highlighting your notes. Don't. Sit with the discomfort. Let your brain work, and then come back and tell me how it went. Drop a comment. Send me a DM. I actually want to know if this helps you, like it helped me. And if you found this useful, subscribe so you don't miss the next video, where I'm breaking down how to actually retain information long-term, not just for the exam, but for life. Remember, like studying doesn't have to look good. It just has to work. So let's ditch the highlight addiction, embrace the mess, and actually start learning. I'll see you in the next one. Now go make some ugly notes. I'm proud of you. Peace.